When we started kickboxing back in 1974, the only one that knew anything about boxing was a guy named Joe Louis. And all hopefully remember Joe Louis. One bad dude. Most of us, Howard Jackson, Jeff Smith, myself, and Jim Beaton, who were on the team, were point fighters. Good point fighters, but we were point fighters. We didn't know what contact was. We thought contact was, I'm going to pull it short, I could have killed you. Then we found out really quick when we started working with boxers that we couldn't. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm allowed when I scream a little bit. We found out really quickly when you're wearing a bare fist and you're throwing a back fist, we're striking the back two parts of these knuckles, right? So it's a nice strong contact to the nose or to the face or something like this. The reverse punch, we put about yay deep in somebody's ribs. You take the wind out of them or break ribs, right? You punch somebody in the face, you knock them out, right? But all of a sudden, you put a glove on. All that goes out the window. No longer can we penetrate the body. No longer can we penetrate and break bones in the face. It bounces off. So we had to change from a penetrating type of a punch to a concussive type of a punch. If you've ever watched boxing and somebody hits somebody in the ribs, all you just kind of what happens is it's just not penetrating. Where are you going? This is the front. He's got his hands up. You throw a rib shot here. What happens is we no longer can penetrate because of the size of the glove and it softens it. So we have to change that to a concussive type of event. So what happens is a snapping movement to where if you play it back in slow motion, the ribs just kind of shudder a little bit. Then the guy kneels down. Anybody ever been to a boxing gym? Okay, you have a rude awakening. As a martial artist, you go into a boxing gym. Because they're viewed right at the very start as martial artists are pussies. They can throw technique, they can throw kicks, they can throw punches, but they can't hurt you. Because nobody's ever hurt a boxer before, right? Basically. But what happens, we had to learn how to box. In the Kempo system, think of all the techniques that you've taught, you've been learned, that you've taught, and so forth. Hundreds, right? In all of boxing, there's four. The jab, the cross, the hook, and the uppercut. That's all there are. It's hard to screw those up. And the really beautiful thing about it is, you don't have to be any good at any of them to be a world champion. All you have to do is throw the right one, at the right person, at the right time, and you're the new champ. Seems fairly easy, but he has something to say about that. So what I want you to think about is all kinds of forms that we have in the Kempo system, in the Shorin system, in the Taekwondo system, and so forth, right? What I want you to think about how we do some of the punching. Terry's job is called the catcher. Basically, I'm going to do three punches. The jab, cross, hook. He's got his hands like this. His hands are my shoulder height, my shoulder width. I catch 1, 2, tap. 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 1, 2, bam. It's like that, right? But I'm a kicker, so I got to say, hold it now. I got to do something because I like to kick people. So what happens is he takes his stance, and I jab here, and I cross, and I hook here. Look where his hands are at. Right? There's a side kick. Not to brag, I apologize if you take this as a brag, but the side kick is my favorite kick. Roundhouse kick goes around. The hook kick hooks. But the side kick takes the wind right out of you. It's a wonderful sack. That's a great sack. And as you apologize, I can look up at you. What I want you to think, as you're working, we did this the class first this morning. How you work combination together. Our 4 punches, the jab, the cross, the hook, handles everything. Martial artists were absolutely terrible at first at throwing a hook. Anybody know why? Because you never did. In all the forms, in all the different systems, in Shorin-ryu, there's a Hanshi Shodan. That's the only punch that there is in all the karate that I've ever done. So if you've never thrown it, most of us do this. Well, it's called a hook. here, or look here. So that happens. So what happens is we practice it. Basically right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. A lot of people say, well, I hit hard. It's a chance to brag a little bit. So from here. A guy named Joe Lewis taught me that. A hook to the body. Feels really good. But again, using sideway push to the side kick. What's the side kick do? Start down. There's the hook again. All kinds of things. You guys have a wonderful chance, opportunity to work with people, to work with the boxing skills, to work with all kinds of stuff, and work your techniques. It's fun. We have forms in boxing. It's called shadow boxing. And it's beautiful if you've ever watched it.